Welcome back, friends. Andrew Hasselbring, an author, a researcher, a graduate of Tates Creek High School and Kentucky Governor's School for the Arts, among many other accolades. Children's audiobooks, author, plays, so much in the catalog now. This is fantastic. So we're talking about your recent work, and we appreciate you being here, first and foremost.
I appreciate you
having me.
Happy Festivus to you.
Yes, we're ready to celebrate Festivus. There's a lot of grievances around the newsroom.
Always good to air those.
Yeah, we'll set up a couple cameras, catch some of the action.
Gather around the old aluminum pole.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I was just reviewing one of your most recent works, A Simple Mind, is it Dillon Magee?
Dillon Magee, yeah.
Dillon Magee. And fascinating work. Can you give us a little backstory on that?
Yeah, I'd love to. I'd love to say that I started it with some high aspirations, but really it was just a play, an idea I had for a play, and I wrote it out in the one-act format.
Okay.
And it was kind of about healing and communication and how even if you don't know what somebody's trying to say, the process of trying to get to it is what's important. And this little boy, the boy in the play, his name's Dillon Magee, he doesn't speak. He's had a traumatic event and he doesn't speak. And it's about a teacher who finally reaches out to him and is able to reach across the boundaries of communication and talk to this little boy. And through that, he eventually has a kind of a cathartic experience, and they come through and he's able to heal and speak, and he comes back to being able to be a productive member of the family, which is
fantastic.
Something. I have 2 children, so learning to communicate was something that was very important to me at the time, and it was a nice thing to do.
Well, and it's a unique story. The child goes through a traumatic accident, loses his father,
That's
I believe,
right. Yeah.
and he's not autistic. There's no other developmental issues going on here. He just stops communicating.
That's right. They kind of link it to post-traumatic stress, where you go through something and you feel so scared that you kind of shut down, which I think happens to us on some level all the time, maybe not quite as drastic as Dillon, but he goes so far as to want to keep everything neat and tidy. Anything set on a surface, he'd clear it off. And so this teacher had a lot of boundaries to come in and overcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So how rewarding for you as an author to have people come up and say, look, you know, not only was this entertaining and interesting, but I mean, it's helped my family situation. There was something in the work that touched me, that was able to help, you know, reach out an olive branch of communication to someone. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be incredible.
There's nothing better than that. I mean, as an author, you try to touch people's lives. You try to reach out in there, do something that makes you feel good about what you're doing, because we're on this earth for such a short amount of time. You want to leave something good. But also, I'd like to make money, which was a nice thing, too.
Oh,
so we wrote it just to make money, and then have people come up and say, no, no, what you did had a purpose to me. It just reaches so far beyond what we try to do.
Wow.
It was interesting. It won the 17th Annual Chameleon Theater Circle's New Play Contest. And I got a great email from somebody who'd seen it there who said, my child had struggled with that, and it was a very similar sort of thing. And to see it on stage really helped them.
Oh,
it made me feel so good that you can tell a story, and that's what stories are for, right? Is to reach out. Such a rich tradition of community storytelling here in Kentucky that I was really proud to be able to be a part of that in some small way.
I love that, and I love your background too. You've so immersed in Edgar Allan Poe's work, and you see that coming through in your work as well. You have some other items in your catalog that I think are on sale right now.
We do. A Thicket of Tales was a children's audiobook that I was blessed to be able to do. My kids actually started the project saying, Daddy, tell me a bedtime story, tell me a bedtime story. And I said, well, if I'm going to take the time to tell these, I'm going to write them down and do something with it. So, but it's a great collection of fun stories that all have a positive moral, things about growing up and learning to just kind of relax and enjoy life and use your imagination to really encourage other people and to do good things. So, and that's on sale now, thicketoftales.com. If you go there today, I believe it's the last day of the sale, they'll give you 33% off.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, and that's a great message for young and old alike. I love that, whether it's movies, plays, books, if there's something designed for a kid audience, that there's a message in there for the adult too. So
yeah, if we're not telling stories that help, then why are we telling stories at all, you know?
There you go. Well, we sure appreciate your artistry. Thanks for getting us the backstory on this new work. And where can folks learn more about you and what you have coming up?
Easiest place to go to is adhasselbring.com. That's AD and then my last name, Hasselbring, and they'll find it there. We're also on all the social media. You can find us there just by plugging us into Google.
Wow. Love local artists and artistry. We appreciate you keeping us posted, and happy holidays.
I appreciate the invite. Thank you.
Good to see you again.
You too.
Back in just a moment, folks. Stick around.